Good morning. My meat birds are waiting for me to let them out for the day. So let's go feed them. I have to fill up their feeders before I let them out, otherwise they go kind of crazy. So fill these up first. Here we are. This feeder is full. I like to set it away that way. That gives them, kind of forces them to walk further and just gets them out of the area so they stay a little cleaner. Here we go, girls and guys. Oh boy. And they're off. Oh, it's windy. And these are the chicks that I hatched in here, and I've been letting them kind of roam. They don't go very far, but I do kind of let them mix. They'll go in the meat birds, and they're growing fast. And I have to show you my new chicks that I just hatched. I have 16 more, so they're all doing good. And we have a bird flu here in Michigan that has spread to some dairy herds. So we're on more of a cautious side right now. And I'm the only one working with the birds and make sure that everything's clean before I go work with the cows. It's just being a little more cautious, as we don't want to well, definitely don't want the bird flu on our farm, but we don't want to be a spreader of it either. So, and here are my laying hens. Good morning, girls and guys. I got 3 roosters in here. So my chickens absolutely love black sunflower seeds, and it's like a treat for them. So I just throw it out in the run here. So these chickens are not free ranging at the moment due to I'm planting my garden and of course the bird flu. So they haven't been free ranging for several weeks now because of the garden situation, and they just make a mess of things. So yeah, they're enjoying it in here. I've already welcomed you, so I don't need to again, but today we're working on fixing a few things before we get the day going. The guys have some projects over here. What's going on, Ethan?
We had a hose bust.
A hose? A coolant hose? So you got it fixed? And I wasn't here?
Alright, so we had a hose, basically a split right there. I could stick my finger in it, so it cracked.
Yep.
So, and it was behind on this particular Bobcat. It has a water cooling deal that goes through the oil. So I don't know if it's because it's part of the EGR valve, if it's to warm that or if it's to cool.
You don't know what it does.
I don't really know the whole logistics behind why they run water through the EGR to cool this chamber or to warm this chamber. I think it's to warm it for cold starts. So,
let's ask the expert.
Sanders says
It's an EGR cooler.
Yeah.
My truck has them. It cools the exhaust going into the engine.
So that's what I guess the whole thing is.
Sometimes you just gotta ask the kids.
Well,
They know, right?
I'm a mechanic, and it's just, I don't know, I've never really messed around with the EGR stuff. 'Cause I just personally don't like it. It's not necessary. So today we're trying out our McFarlane reel disc. We been looking at different vertical tillages tools. We've tried a couple different ones in the past, and the reason we wanted to go with this one was because it looks like it can handle a lot of trash compared to what we ran in the past. So today is nice weather out. It's kind of our first field. This is kind of sandy, loamy ground. This field here we chopped the corn off last year. We put a cover crop ryegrass in it, not a cereal rye. We disced it once. Our offset disc was broke, so we used another disc that's not quite as aggressive as the offset disc is. And we hit it one time, and now we're hitting it with a McFarlane, the reel disc. We're seeing how it does. They say this can go either be vertical till or, well, it is vertical till, but it can replace a field cultivator and a rolling harrow. So that's what we're kind of determining with it right now, how it does. So far it looks really good. What it's doing, we'll probably hit this twice because I'm just curious to see. I like it to have it pretty smooth, and even just one time over, it looks like it's really leveling up well, and that's what we're hoping the second time, make it nice and smooth. So it obviously, the Challenger is pulling it, and it is making it work from what we can tell. So this field here, it's going to corn, 30-inch rows for earlage. We did not burn the cover crop off. Basically, we just put it under as green manure, not terminating it. So yeah, and we're hoping later today to get this planted. This will be the first of our corn that we will be able to plant.
How many days?
So this cornfield here, the corn that we're planting will be a 99-day. We do plant up to 114-day for corn silage specific, but anything that we do for earlagers, I like a little earlier day corn, so that way we can get it off early. So that seems to work out well, and this will be a 99-day. And it is windy out today. What else?
Working on green chopping, and we're back in the field. It's a beautiful day, actually. It's really calm at the moment.
Calm at the moment, and we just had a rain come through probably, what, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. So one of the joys joys of green chopping is having to deal with rains, because we need, it's fresh feed. And every day, well, we're doing it every other day, so we try and plan around the rains, and that's what we're doing right now. But yeah, we just had a nice shower go through. It can make puddles here and there, and it can make some extra moisture on the crop too, on the leaves like that. So it can potentially make the ration a little bit wetter, but I've never noticed in the past that it'd be a big deal. But the rye is definitely, we had, how warm was it yesterday?
Upper 70s, close to 80 probably.
So the rye is progressing along quite well. So
right here is the head,
and right there is one just starting to poke out. So it's not yikes yet. That's a few. You'll see a head every now and then, but we're hoping. They're talking nice tomorrow. They're talking maybe rain a couple more days, but we're hoping towards the middle to later part of the week to cut it all down. And this rye here is actually the first rye that we planted, so this is going to be the furthest along. And then all the rest that we got, what we see
on this ditch.
On the other side of the chopper, that was planted a little later, and then the other side of the ditch was planted later too. So yeah, this is actually the furthest along, and that's why I wanted to fresh green chop on this, because this would be what would potentially get to heading first. So this gives me a gauge then as to how far the rest of it is. So when you choose a field to green chop in, make sure it's in a field that you can get in when it rains. We've just had 3/4 of an inch over the last couple days, and we are actually on some really nice loamy dirt. That's 3 miles from our farm, the main home farm. Around our home place, we would not be able to do this because of the clay soil and just being able to get across it. So you got to be on ground that can get an inch of rain and still be able to go out there and green chop on and get across it. And that's what I like about this farm. It gives us that opportunity. And the flies or the
little gnats all over.
Bugs are starting to come out. So this will be, I believe, our 5th time of running off a load, and it gives us 2 days worth of feed for the cows. Cows are actually doing, we saw a decent response with it. They're liking it, and we'll keep doing it up until it's time to harvest it, which I'm hoping later this week. So
I'm not gonna check the oil.
huh? Not gonna do that today.
He's gonna get the hay bind started. I'll start the chopper.
So I thought I'd show Rhonda what I found. I was looking here. Look at that. That is a bird's nest. There's no eggs in it, but that's amazing how a bird builds. Either they build it on the ground and then the rye pushes it up, or literally they build it. So just an interesting thing.
It's just
that we
held together by this. No, they build it like that.
Okay.
Cause it's like the straw or whatever is wrapped around these.
Yeah.
It's like not going anywhere.
No, so what do you call that? An elevated house?
Yeah.
Elevated nest?
Sky
House or something. But got done just in time. It's starting to rain again, and we'll get that load home and get it fed up to the cows.
Yay, rain. It is waist high.
Yeah.
It was knee high.
When we started.